there, beautiful creatures, welcome back. Today I have a February favorites video for you guys, as well as a deck that I've been using, or decks that I've been using this past month, a little update on that, and also decks that I plan to be using next month, or March, which is tomorrow for us here in Australia. So, first of all, holy crap, look at my amazing hair, isn't it fabulous? So yeah, I just wanted to debut that on camera mostly because I'm absolutely loving it. I think this is the best color, cut, everything that my boyfriend has ever given me. And if you guys follow me, you know that my boyfriend is also my hairdresser because I'm just a lucky gal. So this is the latest do, and I just think I should always have hair this length. This is the right length for me. I love the color, I love the orange and the grey. I'm just like super vibing it, and I think it just makes my face look nicer than it already looks, so it makes me happy. So I wanted to share that. Then I'm gonna go into some of my monthly favorites in regards to crystals, incense, and books. So I'm gonna start off with, what am I gonna start off with? So many things. I have so many things written down for you guys that I wanted to share because I know that some other people will get a kick out of like music and stuff that I listen to. So the first thing that I wanted to show you guys is this piece of orange calcite, because when I bought it and I did the video on it, I was not able to put it down. But when I slept with it under my pillow, I had some really fucked up dreams, and I thought, this is weird. This is so weird. This is not the vibe of this stone. But when I got home, I cleansed it, and it feels much better now. But when I first slept with it under my pillow, I had like dreams that velociraptors were gate crashing my wedding and that they started eating my family. So that wasn't very good. That was fucked up. So I thought, okay, that's really not the kind of vibe that I get from this beautiful stone. But I've cleansed it now, and it's sitting on my makeup table because it has a really amazing self-love vibe to it, and a really calming vibe for me, and an energy that really bonds well with my energy. And I think it may have been partially responsible for the fact that I dyed my fringe orange, and I have this whole grey and black, orange and grey thing going on. I don't know. Anyway, so even though I haven't had this stone for that long, first of all because it gave me fucked up dreams, and second of all because it has a cool vibe, it's going in my favorites video for February 2016. So that's one of the stones that I've been really, ooh, let's get close. That's one of the stones that I've been really loving in February, along with clear quartz. I've never really been drawn to work with it that much, but this month has been a bit different for me. I've also been digging this piece of green aventurine, which is just beautiful, because it goes with my fairy forest oracle. And what other stones? Sorry, I'm just looking at my other altar. White howlite always, and lepidolite is another big one that I've been loving for this month. The incense that I have been burning all the time is the goddess incense. So if you guys can see this, it smells so good. It smells like jasmine and honeysuckle, and it's so nice. I love this. This is really nice. I like to burn this when I'm doing my daily draw in the morning after I do yoga, and it puts me in like a kick-ass frame of mind for the rest of the day. So the deck that I have been using throughout the month of February is the Fairy Forest Oracle by Lucy Cavendish. I wanted to see if I could get through 1 month of just using one deck, and so far I have managed. It's really hard for me because I normally work with 2, 3, 4 decks. I change decks all the time depending on my mood, but this deck for me required a lot of getting to know and kind of respecting that relationship of getting to know, and I still don't feel like I've gotten to know it that well. I feel like I have a long way to go with this deck. It's a bit harder to get used to than my other decks, but I have noticed that with the past couple of Lucy Cavendish Oracle decks, that once you get past that hump, like with the Les Vampires Oracle, they become really in tune to you, and I'm getting to that stage now with the Fairy Forest Oracle. So this is the back, and I just saw this deck trimmed. Somebody trimmed this on Instagram, and I was like, yes, because if you see the borders, there are actually 3 borders. Like, what the fuck, man? So I'm totally going to trim this deck. I don't know if I just want to keep the one border around the outside or just make it totally borderless, but it's definitely being trimmed. So I've been working with this one for the past month and really getting to know it, and I've had really good responses with it, and I did a full moon reading with it, a moon cycles reading, and I feel like it was incredibly powerful. It's also been really good for me for ritual work around the full moon too. So yeah, I'm gonna keep working with this one, but maybe not as intensely as I did like every day with daily draws throughout the month of February. So that was my deck for Feb. And so I covered Goddess Goddess Incense, Orange Calcite, the Fairy Forest Oracle. Yeah. So the other thing I wanted to mention was in one of her more recent videos, I've forgotten her name. Elise, Wild Moon Tarot, of course. She mentioned Tarot Swap, and I was like, what the hell is Tarot Swap? How am I ever going to find this Facebook group in billions and millions of Facebook groups? And it came up as a first search, and I joined the Tarot Swap page, and immediately there was someone from Australia wanting to swap a Necronomicon Tarot, which is like a tarot that I've been eyeballing for a little while, with a tarot of the Sweet Twilight. And it turns out that I had somehow gotten 2 tarot of the Sweet Twilight. So I purchased one for myself. This is not a mystery. I made it out to be a mystery. It's not a mystery. I know how it happened. I purchased one for myself quite a while ago. I think I did an unboxing on this channel. And then I went to England, I met up with my friend, and she gifted me a tarot deck, and I thought, oh my god, let it be something I don't have, let it be something I don't have. And it ended up being the Tarot of the Sweet Twilight. And for me, her gift to me is more sentimental and more important to me than keeping the deck that I bought myself. So I'd been looking at maybe selling that deck or maybe swapping it. So this just so happened that she had the deck that I wanted and she wanted this one. I had barely used that deck, and we did a swap. So I got the awesome and creepy Necronomicon Terror. Look at the back. Does this not say me all over it? Tentacles. Look at the tentacles. Ah! Okay. I've put this piece of Tektite with it as well. It seems to want this Tektite. So I'm not going to be working with this one in March though, because I feel like, I mean, look at this fucking guidebook. That is a fucking juicy guidebook. I want to devote time to this, so I might do it in April or something. But the illustrations are by Anne Stokes. I'll see if I can show you some. And he did actually relate these. The relationship of the major arcana is related to both Rider-Waite-Smith and Thoth systems. And of course the creatures and the beings of the Necronomicon, which some of them he created, but others were created by the author H.P. Lovecraft. So, you know me and dark and gothic decks and H.P. Lovecraft, like you just have to say the words H.P. Lovecraft and I kind of die a little inside. That's how much of a fan I am. Not so much of the man himself though, but his work is brilliant. So that's just a little sneak peek of that. So that I got in a wonderful tarot swap, and I wanted to show that off because Tarot Swap was on my February favorites. See, it's related, okay? I'm not just rambling on for no good reason. Ugh, sorry. You get to look at my dear. Okay, so Tarot Swap was one of my other February favorites, and if you haven't joined that group, join that group because it's open worldwide and chances are you will find someone from your country that you can swap with, and it's just an awesome way to get into the tarot community even more and maybe get to know or use some decks that you haven't thought of using before or that you've wanted to use but don't want to spend money on because you don't have it, which is me. So that was a good thing. That's not awkward at all. Anyway, the next thing on my list is my tarot journal that I've been working with throughout February. I started working with this one at the beginning of Feb, I believe, because I finished my other book. I've been journaling a hell of a lot since last year, which has been amazing for me. So this is kind of the inside of it. And this journal's pretty nice and really important to me because my mum got it for me when she was in Serbia. So while my grandmother was sick and stuff, she got me this journal in Serbia. And it's so cute. It has a little kitty and a Marie Antoinette, and I really love it. And I like that it has a magnetic clasp. It just feels special to me. And I go through phases where I have journals that are kind of just like random shitty notebooks from whatever with like cute kittens on them to like having nice hardcover books. But I like writing in hardcover books with my tarot stuff. It gives it a sense of ritual and importance. I feel like I have been making notes on my phone too, because I can insert pictures of the card that I draw daily. I really like that as well. But there's something about writing, like handwriting for me, that I absolutely love. And I even like transposing those notes from my phone into this journal just so I have them all in one spot. So I've been really loving this particular tarot journal this month. Or will it be last month? By the time you see this video, we'll never know. Another awesome thing that I finished this month is the Welcome to Nightvale book. This is from the authors and the creators of Welcome to Nightvale, the podcast. So if you haven't checked that out and you like all things weird and spooky and slightly gothic slanted and almost horror story-esque but not quite, and you like podcasts, then check out Welcome to Nightvale because it's fucking amazing. I saw these guys live when they were here in Sydney, and they were incredible live as well, so super excited. And then I finished the book, and now I feel a little empty inside, not gonna lie. But I got the podcast. The book was really good. It took me quite a long time to finish this book, like a couple of months at least, because it's written in like a style the same as the podcast, where you don't really know what's going to happen next or who's going to be introduced to the story. And you have an indication of where it's going, but you're not really sure how it's going to get there, which makes it a really enjoyable read and a really interesting and fun way to read as well. So I definitely recommend Welcome to Nightvale if you haven't given it a go. Listen to the podcast, read the book, listen to the podcast, and read the book. Just try it. Trust me. So that's my book recommendation of the month. So I have a music composer. Holy fuck, do I have a music composer. I found this guy on YouTube while I was working one day by myself while my bosses were away. And he has this playlist called like dark vampire music or something, like an hour of dark vampire music. And I was like, okay, this could be really shit or it could be really good. It fucking blew my socks off. Okay, so the composer on YouTube is called Peter Grundy. And I will link down to his YouTube channel down below. Check his shit out, okay? He has a tarot-inspired album coming out. And the song that he has on YouTube is inspired by The Hermit. It's called The Hooded Man. He has a tarot-inspired album coming out, okay? Just let the witch in you rejoice for a second. Because I got really excited when I found that out. But I was listening to his vampire playlist. It was an hour long and it was absolutely beautiful. It almost sounds like a movie score, but the movie that you create to the music is, you know, your own imagination and your own mind. And it's also really good to work to because it's not too distracting. It doesn't have like words. It has some female singing and stuff, but it's not like, you know, sometimes I find it really hard to listen to music with words, and I have to either listen to classical music or like the Lord of the Rings soundtracks or something. But yeah, this guy, Peter Grundy, YouTube channel, check him out. He is fucking amazing. Don't miss out on it. He's not going anywhere. I'm sure he's not going anywhere. So the other thing that I don't know why I'm making strange faces at the camera. I'm just really fucking happy with this haircut, okay? I cannot explain to you. Okay, so the other thing that I've wanted to work with for March, to follow on with Patrick from In the 78 Cards and The Truth in Story, so Kelly, they're doing an Instagram challenge in March, which is called Within Without Advice with the Marielle Tarot. And I thought, that sounds awesome. I'm going to get to know the Bohemian Gothic Tarot, woo! As well as my Moon Phases Oracle. So this is a beautiful deck. And I thought I'll work with them together throughout the month of March and see how we get along. I've also been working with the Barbieri Tarot, but I've put that one on the back burner for a little bit because I feel like we get along really well and we speak a language that's very similar. But this deck, I didn't show you my unboxing because the video fucked up for some reason. But this deck, holy shit, this deck is just beautiful. And I'm sure you've seen Kelly's walkthrough of it. If you haven't, watch that shit, because that's what convinced me that I needed this deck in my life. And like, it's just so me. So I'm going to be using this deck throughout March with a 3-card within without advice, and participating in that challenge on Instagram. When I first flicked through all the cards in this deck, I was fine, and then I wasn't fine. I felt really unsettled, and that intrigues me because that has never happened to me with a deck before. Not with, like, I've got some dark decks. I've got the Dark Royo, just says it in the title. I've got, you know, the Barbieri Tarot. I've got the freaking Necronomicon Terror. I've got all these other really dark decks that help me to dig deep and stuff, but none of them have unsettled me in this way where I finished looking at all the card images and I just felt weird. Like, I just felt unsettled is the only way I can describe it. There is something going on behind the images in this deck that is creepy, intense, and mysterious and intriguing. So I definitely look forward to using this one throughout the month of March, as well as my Moon Phases Oracle. At the moment, it doesn't have a crystal, the Bohemian Gothic, but I'm sure we'll find one for it. This seems to be really happy with this giant piece of quartz that's like almost as big as the deck itself. It's a tiny deck, but it's very cute. And I think that was all that I had to share with you guys. No, there was one other thing. So I introduced the Witches and Wizards, the book by Lucy Cavendish. I really want to do a book club for that in March. So I'm going to put it out there that whoever wants to join me in reading Witches and Wizards, and maybe I'll do some videos weekly on that as well. And that reminds me of another thing that I'll get to in a second. Is welcome to. So it's the Witches and Wizards book, the new one out by Rockpool Publishing, by Lucy Cavendish. So we can read that chapter by chapter or personality by personality and reflect on what we think and how, if it has impacted on our sort of knowledge of the people in the craft and the personalities behind, you know, these witches and wizards. So I was going to introduce that in March. Also, I wanted to put it out there and ask who would be interested in me filming a video, thinking maybe a weekly series or a fortnightly series, exploring different Fae mythology and Fae lore. I would start off with what I know and what I've worked with, and also what I have in the books as well, because I have quite a few different fairy books, and I wanted this to kind of be an opportunity for me to delve a bit deeper into those books, because they're just sitting on my shelf not being read at the moment. So I wanted this to kind of be a way that we can both participate in learning the fairy mythology, as well as different ways of working with the Fae and stuff like that. So if you guys are interested in that, it would probably be a fortnightly series. Let me know in the comments down below, and I will start researching who the first Fae creature should be. And that's about it. So I think I've covered everything I wanted to cover in this video. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing. I hope to see you all in the next video. Bye!